one sole aircraft dropping its bombs on a residential street. There's nothing here that would make you stop. Just another street in Leicester. Quiet, ordinary. But right here is where the first bombs of the Second World War fell in Leicester. It was August of 1940, and instead of hitting a railway or a factory, they landed here on Cavendish Road. If you walk down here now, it doesn't feel like a place where anything major happened. Just houses, like front doors, parked cars, people just going about their daily business. And that's what makes it feel a little bit uncomfortable, because we're not here at any landmark, we're at a place where people still live. The type of street like any other, where people just carry on living, where life just carries on without really thinking or knowing what happened right here. And unless someone tells you, well, there's nothing giving it away on a day in August 1940 that things round here changed massively. A German aircraft was spotted over the city, and it offloaded its devastating cargo right here. It was along this stretch of Cavendish Road. Wasn't part of a massive raid, wasn't one of many, just one sole aircraft dropping its bombs on a residential street. And with that single aircraft, the war arrived in Leicester for the first time. Tragically, 6 people were killed that night in that bombing raid, names that just don't get mentioned anymore. 3 of them, Annie and Frederick Chafer and Ada Machin, were residents here on Saffron Hill Road, which doesn't have any properties on anymore. No residential, apart from like this building here, which might be flats, I'm really not sure. The other 3 to die that night were Sarah Payne, Dorothy Smith, and most tragically, Irene Smith. She was 2. Sarah Payne was 76. Just neighbours, families, people who just lived in the area. They weren't working in factories or connected to any military like personnel, nothing like that at all. They were just sat at home. I think that's what makes it tricky for me to get my head around, because it wasn't a workplace or a factory or anything like that. They were at home, like they should have been safe there, shouldn't they? It's just mad. Now, if we look at how bombing was supposed to work, there were clear priorities: railways, factories, gasworks, all that sort of thing. And Leicester had those, plenty of them. If you were trying to cause damage that matters strategically to the war effort, you wouldn't choose Cavendish Road. You wouldn't choose a street like this. You'd choose something systematically, strategically, which makes what happened here like a little bit out of place. The bomb didn't land on the edge of the city centre. It didn't hit anything industrial nearby. It just hit houses. It destroyed and damaged multiple homes behind me here along this stretch with no military gain whatsoever. And that's where the question lies. Why here? Because out of everything that they could have hit in Leicester, how does the first bomb end up on Cavendish Road? Just in a place that doesn't seem to make any sense at all. Now, there are explanations, at least on paper anyway. You've got to think about it. Early in the war, navigation wasn't fantastic. Pilots were relying on basic instruments, often in the dark. So it could have been a mistake, like a bombing raid meant for somewhere else entirely. It wouldn't take much, would it, to drop it too early or too late, or even release deliberately to lighten the aircraft before heading back to Germany. But none of that fully explains why it landed here. That just explains and surmises why it went wrong. And that's the part that never really gets resolved with this little escapade of World War II. There's nothing concrete on paper that confirms exactly what the target was. Now, I'm surmising that the Ayleston Gasworks and the rail that runs close by was probably the target. It's relatively close, but not super close. It was at the opposite end of Cavendish Road for a start. But because there's no clear record, you are left with this feeling of like, why? Why did those 6 people lose their lives on Cavendish Road? Like, looking around now, everything looks pretty normal. You wouldn't really have known anything had happened. Buildings have been put back in place where the bombs dropped, other buildings were repaired. People pass through without even thinking about it, drive down this streets hundreds of times, loads of people live in those houses, and I dare say they've probably not got a clue that a bomb was dropped on their house, 85 years ago. And because of that, it becomes very easy to overlook, not because it's not important, but because there's nothing here reminding you of what happened on that fateful night in August 1940. Maybe it was a mistake, a bomb that wasn't even meant for this street, not one bit. but 6 people died here on a road that doesn't really explain why it was hit. And even now, just stood here in the middle of Cavendish Road, feels like a question without an answer. Thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you soon.